Hey, welcome to this video on how to create your very first Chipp chat. So you've probably landed here after signing up, and the place to navigate to is to apps. So this is where you start. As you can see, we have the title applications, and below it we have a button that says new Chipp chat. So we just click on new Chipp chat to get started. And now we've landed on the new application or a new Chipp chat. So on the right, you have the preview window, a fully functional version of your application. So you can use your application here. And on the left, we have the setup and the different options for building and editing our Chipp chat. Let's start with naming our application. Let's call this testing 1 for this video's purposes. In the description, you can add whatever you want to say about your application. So this app will help you test your Chipp. This is anything that you want to show below your title or the name of your Chipp chat. Then we have input text hint. This one is the text that you see here in the box where you type. So if you want to instruct your users in some way to say like, start by saying hi, that's what you can say here. But you can also help your user get started by conversation starters. So this might be something like, let's go, tell me more about this chat. These are going to be the first message that you send to your chat. So make sure that these buttons have a text that you really want the user to be using. Now we have created our first Chipp chat. We've named it, we've described it, we've helped the user by entering a custom input text hint, and we've added a few conversation starters for the user to start with. Now, let's move forward. So the next step we have is to train the Chipp chat. So this means that we need to choose the model that we want to use, and we need to write the prompts for the Chipp chat that we're building. We also have knowledge sources here, which includes all types of different formats for adding knowledge. But let's start with the model. There are quite a few models here at Chipp, and depending on your use case, you might find one better than the other. Which one to use is really going to depend on your use case and preference. They all have slightly different tones of voice and functionalities, so the best one will be found by just testing them out. Also, the model will depend a lot on the type of app or Chipp that you're building, as well as the functionalities that you're looking for. But for now, let's use Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is really good. Then we move to the prompt. So what we can do here on Chipp is we can open this prompt window where we can start typing whatever we want. So if you want to start prompting, you can do it here. But there is an easier way to get started, and you can click here on the prompt generator. So let's imagine that we want to help the user understand how to optimize prompting for AI assistance. As you can see, now Chipp is generating an instruction for you, so you don't need to start from scratch. So for you to start going with this is just to read through it, introduction, understanding Chipp. If you agree on the basic principles, you can add it to prompt, which adds this to the prompt that you can later edit. Or if you don't agree, you want to change it, you can just restart generation here. But we are quite happy with it for now, so we'll just add it to prompt, which fills this prompt field that was empty before. As you can see, we now have a basic structure for the app that we're building. So anything you see, you can edit, you can replace, you can change. Whatever you want to do, you can do it here. So this is the kind of home of the instructions of your app. Let's start with this one. You just close it here, and let's see what it says when we check out, tell me more about this chat. So this is the way that you can also test it. So this app was trained to help understand the key aspect of optimizing interactions with an AI. Now, these are the instructions that you started with, and now you can start testing and adapting it. So let's see. We think that this is maybe a bit long, so let's add here. Rules to follow is just one of the ways that you can use. Make your messages less than 150 characters long. We click new chat, so we're starting from scratch. As you can see, we are going way shorter now. You can see your old chat history here. So just by clicking the burger menu and then go to history, and you can see all the chats that you have here. So let's go to the older one. This was the original one. And as you can see, it was way, way, way longer. This is a great example of how you can make changes by adapting the prompt. Even something so short, so simple, makes a massive difference. We're using the testing app again, and we're still carrying on with the same example. So, want to learn the basics of good prompting. Let's imagine that we wanted to add a knowledge source for this one. Maybe we have a website, or we have a document, we have an audio, or any other type of knowledge source that you can see here that we wanted to add into this. Let's use this as an example. I am copy pasting this website URL that I found, and this is a Prompt Engineering 101 guide. Now it says source added successfully. We still need to click here, add source. But I wanted to show you something before. In case you wanted to feed the whole website under promptitude.io, you can click here, crawl entire website. That means that the crawler will use everything on this website, everything it can find on this website, not just this one specific subsite that you've chosen. But in this case, we just want to use this one page, so we'll just add this as a source. And as you can see, we have it here now. So in here we can see scanned 46 seconds ago, we have this added knowledge. Let's see what changes when we use this one. Let's refresh to make sure that the changes have been recorded. So let's start with tell me more about this chat. We're starting the same way as before. Want to learn the basics of good prompting? Yes, please. We now have a message from the AI that is based on not only the prompts and the instructions, but also on the knowledge that we added here.